covering the villages for you. Here's Jill Winters and the VNN Lifestyle News Team.
We take you inside local businesses that are thriving in the villages and introduce you to hard workers who volunteer their time throughout the area. Lady Lake police officers, including now Police Chief Steve Hunt, met people that care about their community in May during Coffee with a Cop at McDonald's.
This is my first time, so it was a unique opportunity for me to come and join in with something that was already established, and it's a good practice. It's pretty common throughout the country. It's a good program, Coffee with a Cop, once or twice a month or every other month, just for people to meet their officers and come tell us what's on their minds. I have our officers get to meet the public, have a cup of coffee, show the good things that we do, and it's just nice to see them all pour in here today. And it really is what it's about: building relationships and taking down barriers, one person at a time. The folks that have come before me have really established a good core set of values, principles, mission statements. So we're just going to kind of edify on those things and build and continue with education, training, and also just to stay unified in what we want to serve. So it's really having a servant's heart, and that's where I come from, and that's what I hope to embrace, and hopefully the officers will embrace that as well. But they're doing it already.
Steve, whose law enforcement career has spanned more than 30 years, has a passion to mentor officers and campaign the positive aspects of law enforcement by building relationships one person at a time. Several Lady Lake commissioners, including Ruth Cussard and Paul Hannon, were also in attendance, as well as Lady Lake Mayor James Wrights, to show their support for the officers. Whether you are new to the game of golf or you want to improve a specific part of your game, the Villages Golf Academy is filled with experienced instructors that are eager to help you.
In any skill, repetition is the key, and you have to do it right to make sure you're successful. So that's where the instructor's set of eyes and experience will kind of help you do things at a faster pace, learn it quicker, so you can enjoy the game more. Probably the most experienced staff in the country. We have over 200 years experience teaching. They come from all backgrounds. We have some that are very technical, some that are very field-oriented, and everything in between. Some with vast experience of playing professional golf their whole life. We have some that caddied on the professional tour. So a wide range of teachers and experience and knowledge that they'll bring to you. One of the things that we do is we do a new to golf class for people who've never played before. And if you joined a club anywhere in the country as a new golfer, you might be the only one there. Here you're in the majority. So we get a lot of people every month that move in that have never played golf before. It's a week-long class. It's an hour and a half a day. It takes you through the putter all the way through the driver, talks a little bit about etiquette. And then there's a sixth day where we take you to a golf course. We show you how to check in, how to get a golf cart, and you play a couple holes. So it gets you past the awkwardness of getting out to play. It helps you feel a little more comfortable getting out on the golf course. Very popular class. We do individual lessons, group lessons, clinics, putting, chipping, full swing, sand, you name it, we can do it all here. I think the villages have set this up for success. The facilities are state-of-the-art, the instructors are top of the class. There's no reason not to come out. We like to have a good time. We like to make people happy, and everyone's happier if they're playing a little better golf.
You can find out more about the Villages Golf Academy, which is located at Palmer Legends Country Club, by calling 352-259-8121. Employees and regular customers from both City Fire, American Oven, and Bar locations in the Villages have a special bond. They came together for a golf tournament in May held at nearby Harbor Hills Country Club.
For years, we've been talking about trying to do a tournament between both our City Fires. We call it the North and the South, between Sumter and Brownwood. And it finally came to fruition last year where we finally got everybody together. So it's pretty much a trash talking tournament that we do between each restaurant. And this is a tight-knit family that we have here. It always has been. We always take care of each other from each store. And it's pretty much, we got the guys that, that go up to the North City Fire, that come down to ours. And it's just, it's camaraderie all day long. I work for some of the best people ever. There's no doubt about it. They always want to make sure that everybody has a good time, but they make sure everybody's safe, and they want to make sure everybody's taken care of. A lot of the guys, we all played golf together half the time, and but we also get to play with some of our regulars too that we never get to see because we're always working.
This is the second golf tournament they have hosted, and Corky says they will continue to host tournaments twice a year moving forward. After this short break, a congressman tours a local business.
You're always welcome at Cody's.
Follow me right this way.
It's where friends and family meet for fun times and great food.
We enjoy the 2-for-1 happy hour from 11 to 7.
We come here for the amazing nightly entertainment.
Great service and loads of smiles await you at Cody's Original Roadhouse in Brownwood and Lake Sumter Landing.
Did you know you can cash out early on your life insurance policy and get money for it today? It's a pretty simple process. If you no longer want or can't afford your policy, call them and they'll give you cash for it today. The number, 352-668-9361. That's 352-668-9361. Or for more information, visit online at www.goldenlifesettlements.com. Golden Life Settlements, serving seniors for over 20 years. Call them today, 352-668-9361.
When cleaning your air ducts, it's important to clean the entire system. An air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer removes pounds of trapped dirt, dust, and allergens from your home completely. The cleaning improves your home's indoor air quality, keeps your home cleaner longer, and can even improve the efficiency of your HVAC system. We want you to have the cleanest and healthiest indoor air possible, so call for a free inspection today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Congressman Daniel Webster recently visited local businesses, schools, and organizations throughout his 11th congressional district here in Florida to see what is available in the community and what owners are offering. In April, he got a taste of the salon world, taking a tour of Tannage Salon Institute in Buffalo Ridge Plaza, a cosmetology school formed by Janet West in 2006.
I hope they get to see exposed to cosmetology, that it's a great career, a great opportunity for many individuals to enter and be able to earn a great living. And a lot of people don't really know what goes on in a cosmetology school, but we have classrooms, we have theory, we have practical work, we have hands-on, and so I'm excited to be able to showcase all of that to the people that are coming to visit today. We all know there's a need for skilled labor and trades, so it's good to see a positive light and a focus put on the training for students that are more geared towards a career path in the vocational field.
Congressman Webster was really impressed with the adjustments Janet made during COVID to keep Tannage going strong.
I think she's done a great job, and it's a good testimony of what can happen if a person decides they want to do something, and it's just another good opportunity for those to come who would be a part of her institute and her teaching and spread the wealth. Well, I think the interesting thing is that everybody has already got a place. Okay, so in a lot of schools now, people are graduating, colleges, universities, whatever, but they don't have a job. Here, they're going to school, they're training, but they already have a job when they get done. Every person I talk to that already has a place they're going to go. And I think that's pretty awesome. Anybody in any place at any time may have a need. These people that own these businesses are leaders in the community. They may get asked questions that have nothing to do with a beauty salon or a tire place or something else. They just know, they probably know the answer, and we give them our little brochure and tell them, look, if there's a federal issue, call us.
Janet, who also owns Salon J. Lee locations, says business in the Villages has been great to her for 16 years. They have graduated well over 1,000 licensed cosmetologists from Tannage Institute. The Villages Grown has been inviting people to explore their innovative hydroponic greenhouses by taking a Villages Grown farm tour. And while on site, they can also visit the unique mobile market to purchase fresh produce, too.
I first was introduced to the Airstream at Fenny, when it was at the Fenny Grill area, and also at Loblolly and Longleaf. So I'm not a stranger to the van or to the Airstream, but it's a great idea, and I think there are folks probably haven't discovered the store at Sawgrass, which I'd highly recommend because it's really nice. So it's a great opportunity to get introduced to the product, try some and see what you think. It's incredible because I didn't expect to find the produce that they have and they perform. Now going through the tour, it's even more impressive because it's like nothing else I've ever seen. And I grew up in Wisconsin in the farming area, so I'm familiar with agriculture, but this is not agriculture. Having gone up and down 44 and Morris, past it, and I've always wondered what it's like, so I was really interested in seeing it inside. And I'm impressed by the science. I'm impressed by how meticulous they are and how they produce the product and how they package it and distribute it. And I think it's only going to get bigger. And I'm just hoping that other folks, when they go to the drugs or the grocery store, that they discover it because it's fabulous. I use the microgreens all the time. Just another example of what's happening in the Village area, and being a resident here, I really appreciate the fact that there's lots of things going on, including some really high science items when it comes to growing food. Of course, the entertainment's there and all the other things. So I'm convinced, I'm a believer, and I have two sisters now that live down here as well. So we're almost starting a compound here at the Villages.
It's been a very positive response. So when they go in, they put their ticket, they get their little goodie bag. So when they're done with that, they can come in here and they can shop around and go ahead and add in a few more items. So that way they can have a wonderful, wholesome meal when they get home. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays, our tour hours are from 4 until, I believe our last one is at 6:15. So we are open to the public during those days. So they can come in Tuesdays and Wednesdays during the tour times and go ahead and purchase whatever they would like to have for their dinners. So we have our microgreens, we have our heirloom tomatoes, we have our beefsteak tomatoes, we have our variety of lettuces. We just encourage people to come on in and see what our facility, how we operate, so they get that connection to their food.
You can also find Villages Grown products at local Publix and Winn-Dixie locations, and it's also accessible through Kroger delivery. Since the tours began, about 560 people have gone through the behind-the-scenes tour. To schedule a farm tour, you can visit thevillagesentertainment.com, hover over Ticketed Entertainment, and then click on the Villages Grown Farm Tours. Up next, a business focuses on serving veterans in numerous ways.
Broadcasting and streaming live from Lake Sumter Landing in a small building with big windows near the water. AM 640, 102.7 and 104.5 FM. Your soundtrack to the Villages. WVLG Wildwood.
For the second straight year, Mission Barbecue kept its doors closed at all of its locations on the second Monday in January for staff to participate in a day of service. This year, staff at the Lady Lake and Ocala restaurants were at Ritz Historic Inn and Ritz Reserve in Ocala.
Our mission is to serve those who protect, serve, and save, and who better to serve than our veterans. And our Day of Service is reserved for feeding homeless veterans. And we're up here in Ocala today because Lake County doesn't have any homeless veteran shelters. So we are a team of teams with Ocala's Mission Barbecue and coming out here to the Ritz Hotel to feed that veteran population. Pulled pork, pulled chicken, our Maggie's mac and cheese, baked beans, and coleslaw. I think the biggest thing about this day is about the teammates truly seeing who we're helping, and that's what I love to see the most, is to see our teammates inspired to serve as well. We walk the walk. We serve amazing barbecue, obviously, but I love what we get to do in our communities every day.
For you guys to come out and serve us full veterans, it's a blessing from God, and we thank you all. And the food is very great.
The Ritz Historic Inn is a transitional housing program for 50 male homeless veterans. Ritz program manager Dolly Locklear says this event was phenomenal. An all-volunteer group that is dedicated to bringing joy to soldiers is Operation Shoebox here in the Villages.
Right now, we're short on people. We'd love to have you come in, even if it's a short term, but I guarantee you once you come in, you want to be long term, which I did. I started for 2 weeks and here I am after all these years. It's a great organization. We need the people and we need supplies. We're very short on supplies. So we need all the help we can get right now, along with the money for donations, you know, for postage. We're looking for anything that's individually wrapped. The peanuts, the crackers, the cookies, the candy, the beef jerky, anything that will go into our bag. It has to be individually wrapped, though. It can't be, bulk, like a package of Oreo cookies that, have to package. It has to be individually wrapped cookies and crackers. If you don't know about Shoebox, it's a great organization. We send packages to active duty servicemen and women around the world. They ask and we send. At one point, we sent 7,000 to a ship. So it's a very worthy cause. We'd appreciate your help. It's a great feeling. I wouldn't do it if I didn't feel good in my heart.
Operation Shoebox is looking for volunteers. They meet on Mondays at Lake Mayona Recreation at noon. Donations can also be dropped off during this time. We'll be back with more news from Florida's friendliest hometown.
Stay with us. More Villages lifestyle news is coming up right after this on VNN.
Going on now at Cart World Golf Cars, the summer clearance. All new 2023 club cars and Garias must go.
Buy now and save big. Model year and discounts up to $1,250.
Whether you're in the market for a 2, 4, or 6-seater with gas, electric, or lithium power, Cart World has it.
There's never been a better time to buy.
Hurry, don't miss out. When these cars are gone, so are these prices.
What's your position, Lunar One? Over.
Repeat that, Mission Control. I don't understand. Over.
What's your position? Over.
I need my hearing aids reprogrammed. Joe here.
We've remotely changed your hearing aid prescription. How do I sound?
Copy that. Loud and clear.
Program your hearing aid from anywhere in the universe with Global Live.
Only at Elite Hearing Centers of America.
This is VNN.
When Marie Holzheiser moved to the Villages, she wanted to get involved with a nonprofit organization. She began with the American Cancer Society, helping to get women going through cancer, Wigs. Marie is doing the same meaningful work now with Angel Wigs of Hope.
For a woman, their hair is so important. I mean, we spend a lot of money on our hair over the years, and when you lose that, you lose a lot of your, for most women, you lose a lot of your identification, or you feel not as pretty. Our cancer patients will come in to see us and they're either just received their diagnosis or they're in the process of losing their hair. They're at different stages, and they come in and they're obviously a little down about all this. And so they come in, we treat them with compassion and care and support, and I'm telling you, when they leave here, it's just a whole transition of the person. She's happy. She can go to that wedding. She can go to church without feeling like she has this disease and everyone knows it. These wigs are beautiful wigs. All the wigs are purchased through donations and fundraisers that we do. The wigs we buy, we go to Wigwam in Bellevue. It's a wig shop, and we work with them. They work with us as partners in this, and they give us a significant discount on these wigs. We've received some larger grants from some other financial institutions as well to help support us. I'm saying roughly about 130 women we have served in the last 15 months that have come into us for help. And our volunteers here are wonderful. They're experienced. They know what they're doing, and they fit the wigs beautifully. We're not here to sell wigs. We're here to make sure that the cancer patient is happy with what she receives.
If you would like help from this nonprofit, you need to make an appointment by calling 352-888-3637. Village of Sanibel residents Gloria and George Councilman enjoy doing anything they can to help others. For 8 years, this duo has been volunteering their time at UF Health, the village's hospital, and they hope more residents will join them.
I was a patient in the hospital, and after being a patient, I really liked the newspaper that was delivered to the room every morning. So they ran an ad in the paper for volunteers, and I said, I'm going to go volunteer and deliver that newspaper to everybody in the morning. Well, I didn't say morning. I said, I'm going to deliver the newspaper. So I came for the interview, and I said, I want to deliver the newspaper, and they said, there's 2 problems with that. The guy that's been delivering the newspaper forever is not going to give up the job. And the second one is, you said you didn't want to start at 8 o'clock, and nobody wants a newspaper at noon. So we have to find something else for you to do. So they did, and I started volunteering in patient care. Never have been in the medical field at all, but started volunteering in patient care. There was a real need for help in the cafeteria, in the dietary area. These people that work out front, that put all the meals together for 3 times a day and take them to all the patients, don't have time to go back to this room and pull the nourishment for the patient floors. And we only had, I think, 2 or 3 volunteers working out of the 7 days, so I said they really need help. We work in many different areas too, so when we're finished here in the mornings, we'll go upstairs and work in the office for a while. I still do patient care. He works in the surgery daycare center. We're both working in the volunteer chaplain program, so we just go from job to job to job because the hospital has such a need. If you've ever thought about volunteering, please consider the village's hospital. It's our community hospital. You know that there's a nurse shortage everywhere. Every hospital is having trouble finding nurses. So anything that we can do to take the load off of them and give good care to the patients and the rest of the hospital is greatly appreciated. So we'd like you to think about it.
Gloria, who is the volunteer placement officer, has logged more than 16,000 volunteer hours. She says there's a major need for volunteers, specifically in the patient areas. If you are interested in becoming a volunteer at the hospital, call 352-751-8871. It's time now for a brief commercial break. We'll be right back.
The link between falling and hearing loss is well documented. Believe it or not, people with hearing loss are 3 times more likely to have a severe fall. And we all know what happens with a severe fall. You wind up hospitalized. In a lot of cases, you break your hip. A lot of people die within 12 months of that break, unfortunately. So the great news is just treating your hearing loss significantly reduces your fall risk.
Every Tuesday, January through April, the Baker's Dozens Neighborhood Social Group plays bocce and shuffleboard together. Then they head to Chili's in Lady Lake. The rest of the year, they dine out at different restaurants. But for at least the past 3 years, Shelly Beard has been their waitress at Chili's, forming a special bond and connection.
These people are like my family, so I started waiting on them just by chance, like I was the only person here to take care of them, and they've grown into my family, and I'm forever changed because of it.
7 or 8 years ago, she had an enzyme that attacked her cornea. She went to Gainesville. She was blind twice in both eyes, and they saved her left eye, and the right eye couldn't be saved. So at the time, she didn't have insurance, couldn't pay to have anything done. We've been coming here and we got to know her, and everybody in the group loves her. Earlier this year, after our meeting, one of the gals, Doreen Maciard, came up to me and she said, "Mike, the girls have been talking and we'd be willing to pay to donate to try to get Shelley's problem taken care of." The Baker's Dozen board donated a nice, generous donation. She had cosmetic surgery so that it looks like the left eye, but her right eye had gotten so bad she had 80/20 vision in it.
My life has been changed, literally. Like, I can drive now because I got 2 contacts, not just one. I can drive. I don't have to worry about people like judging me or looking at me or wondering what people are thinking about my eye, but my life has been forever changed. I never thought that someone would do this for me. It's something that was in my grasp, but as a single parent, it's something I would never do for myself. So yes, I was astounded would be the word, probably. I love them. Thank you, and I love them. It's like my family that I don't have.
I mean, it's just a success story that won't quit. We all try to give back what we can, but this is an instance where we gave her a life-changing option, and she lived with it for years. Her whole life is going to change, and change for the better.
Baker's Dozen is made up of almost 130 homes in Village Santo Domingo, and together they raised around $4,500 to help Shelley get her permanent contact lens on her right eye, as well as surgery to fix her failing vision in her left eye. That's all the news we have for you now. Keep enjoying the Village's lifestyle.
Thanks for watching your VNN Lifestyle News Show. This hurricane preparedness tip from VNN and WVLG is brought to you by The Village's Insurance.
Hi, this is WVLG staff forecaster Christopher James. What happens after a hurricane? Continue listening to WVLG for the latest updates. Let your family know you're safe. Avoid drinking or preparing food with tap water until you are sure it's not contaminated. Check refrigerated food for spoilage. Remember, if in doubt, throw it out. Wear protective clothing and be careful when cleaning up to avoid injury. Check on your neighbors as soon as possible. Use the phone only for emergency calls. Watch animals closely and keep them under your direct control. If your community has experienced a hurricane or any disaster, register on the American Red Cross Safe and Well website, www.redcross.org/safe-and-well. Keep listening for more information, including supplies, pet tips, and detailed information to keep on hand during hurricane season, presented by The Village's Insurance. And thanks for listening to Your Village's Soundtrack, WVLG.
Rocking, dancing, relaxing, or romancing. thank you for listening to Your Village's soundtrack, WVLG.
The best mix of music, the songs you love. Your Village's soundtrack, WVLG.